Okay, today is day 2 of chapter 4, lesson 6, finding the percent of a number. Today we're going to take a look at a second form that these problems can take. Yesterday we looked at problems that were around the form of blank is some percent of some number. Today instead we're going to put our blank in a different spot. Again, take a look at this problem up here. 11.7, 11 and 7/10 is what percent of 65? We know what these words mean, right? Is our equal sign, of is our multiplication symbol. This time though we've got these two extra words in the middle. What percent? Now obviously what means that's the thing we're looking for. That's our goal, that's what we're trying to find, that's our blank. Percent means that what we're looking for is some number over 100. Some number, some part of 100. So we're going to write that as something out of 100. Because we don't know what that something is, we're going to use a variable. We're going to use an n. We could use any letter, any variable. We'll just use n for this. So now we're going to rewrite 11 and 7/10 equals n out of 100 times 65. Now, we're going to do a handy-dandy little trick. And in class, I'm going to show you why we're able to do this trick. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides of this equation by 100. Remember, this is totally legal in an equation. Whatever you do to one side, you can always do to the other side. That's what equation means. It's like a balance beam. If I want to make one side heavier, I have to make the other side heavier in order to keep them balanced. So if I want to multiply the right side of my equation by 100, I have to multiply the left side of my equation. When I do this, what's going to happen is the 100 over here is actually going to disappear. Remember that this is really dividing by 100. So if we multiply by 100 and divide by 100, we're essentially doing nothing. 100 over 100 is the same thing as 1. It's like multiplying and dividing by 1. So what we're left with, we're going to have now this 11 and 7/10 times 100, which will move our decimal point 2 spaces to the right. So now we have 1,170 equals something times 65. Now this is where we're actually getting into a little bit of the algebra that we're going to be studying this year. In order to solve this problem, we've got to get rid of that 65. We want to get this n, this variable, all by itself. If it's all by itself, we have our answer because that's what we're looking for. If we want n equals something. So in order to get it by itself, what we're going to do now is we're going to divide by whatever else is on that side. N times 65, so we're going to divide both sides by 65. Again, totally legal. Whatever you do to one side, you got to do to the other side. Then it's okay in an equation. So if we want to divide both sides by 65, we're not actually changing anything. We're just making it clearer for ourselves. So 65 divided by 65, we know that that's going to just cross itself out. 65 divided by 65 is 1. N times 1 is the same thing as n. Our variable's by itself. And all we're left with now is 1,170 divided by 65. Let's do that division. 1,170 divided by 65. That's 1. Subtract our 65. That gives us 52. Bring down our 0. Now that's going to be 8, which is 520. Beautifully worked out. Nothing left over. We have an answer of 18. 1,170 divided by 65 is 18. 18 equals n. That's all that's left on this side. 18 equals n. Well, so now the question is, 11.7 is what percent of 65? Here's our answer. 11.7 is 18% of 65. 11.7, 11 and 7/10 is 18% of 65. Take a look at that work one more time. Make sure you understand it. There was some algebra in here that you probably haven't done before. Make sure you understand each step. Rewriting the problem, putting our variable over 100 because we're looking for a percent, multiplying both sides by 100, dividing both sides by 65 to isolate our variable, get our variable all by itself. Then we're left with our answer, 18 equals n, and just writing it to answer the question. The question asked what percent, so we gave them an answer of what percent, 18%. Remember to always answer questions with the answer that they are looking for. Now I'd like you to try and solve the problem on your own. 3 1200 is what percent of 6? Hit pause now, and when you hit play, I'll show you how to solve this problem. The answer to this problem is 52%. Take a look at how I solved this. First, I rewrote the problem, changing my is into an equal sign. What percent becomes n over 100? N parts out of 100, something unknown out of 100. Of 6 is times 6. I multiplied both sides by 100 to get rid of this fraction, clean it up. That moved my decimal point 2 spaces to the right. 312 equals n times 6. I want to get rid of that times 6, so I divided both sides by 6. 312 divided by 6 is 52. 52 equals n. I'm looking for what percent, so I answer with percent, 52%. 3 1200 is 52% of 6. If you got that right, good job. If not, take a look again and see if you can spot where you made your mistake.